All right, y'all, I think we are live. Just give me 1 second here. Okay, awesome. We are live. How's it going, y'all? I'm gonna go ahead and drop a quick little instruction into the chat box for you guys. If you wanna ask me questions, that's why I'm here. We're doing a morning stream today, so. And in between questions, I am going to be just doing a collective reading. So y'all can definitely just pop in at any time and then just check out in the chat box for how to ask me free questions. Okay, and I'm gonna go ahead and pin this to the top. And that way, if you guys are interested in dropping me a question, you will kind of know what I need from y'all. Just number your question. Look at the last one. If you're the first one, put number 1. If you see somebody put number 4 before you, put number 5. It helps me keep track. And then that way, if y'all want to be anonymous and like delete your messages afterwards because you're asking like personal questions, then you can do that. And then that way I won't say your handle or your question out loud. I can just say number 2, and then I can get into the message. Okay, all right, let's go ahead and get started. I'm excited this morning. I just felt called, so you answer the call, right? So, all right, let's go ahead and get in this message, y'all. I'm gonna go ahead and start the reading off actually by saying my affirmations, my little prayer here, because I haven't said it yet, so I'm gonna do that real quick. Thank you so much, Spirit, for your divine messages and guidance. We are deeply grateful, and we know we could not do this without you. Would you please help guide the collective spirit for their highest good, and please bless us and protect us as we move forward into this reading. Okay, let's do it. Thank you, Spirit. So what have we got today? Oh yeah, I need to bring up my chat box here. Temperance, okay? Patience, balance, healing, relaxation, right? Like taking a step back, chilling out a little bit. See if I can bring up my chat box because I actually cannot see it from my streaming software. Okay, hold on. Darn, I had this problem last time too. I'm so sorry if you're in the chat and I can't see you yet. Just give me 1 second. We're gonna figure this out. Ugh. Hate this for me. 1 second. Hi, thanks so much for dropping a question in the chat. Just give me 1 second. I am trying to get my chat box. Oh, here we go. Bada bing, baby. Okay, cool. We've got it going on. 1 second. Okay. Perfect. Now I can see the chat and I can see me. Hold on just a sec. Oh no, where did it go? Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, here we go. Perfect. Okay. Why is it being like that? Oh my God, thank you for being patient. I swear to Jesus. Okay, we just need to make this smaller, and then that way I will be able to see everything Okay, sorry, we're having a technical moment. It's just because I have to, okay. Okay, Jeebus. All right, we got it. Okay, I see your question. Thank you so much. Let me go ahead and shuffle the cards, and let's go ahead and answer your question. Awesome. Okay, thank you. I know it's always fun when people come in during the shuffle when you're just getting things. I appreciate you. Okay, so let's go ahead and answer question number 1. Question number 1. Okay. Question number 1. Okay. First card coming out is the Hanged Man. Okay. And remember that gender is fluid in tarot, so just place yourself where you fit. But what I'm getting from this is that you are in a place of contemplation. Potentially your love life could kind of feel like it's on pause a little bit, like maybe you're, reflecting on your past, right? Reflecting on your love life, reflecting on your current moment and what's possible for you in the future. So you may be in a place of kind of pause and contemplation in your love life right now. And that's never a bad thing. I think especially depending on your circumstance, it's good to take a moment and reflect. And what comes out of that reflection is some level of enlightenment, some level of understanding, okay? So maybe you're gaining some understanding. Maybe that's where you've been or where you are. Look at that, 5 of Swords in reverse. So this is really good energy, because to me, this is coming through as relinquishing the need to battle, okay? Because oftentimes in love, unfortunately, people end up engaging in these really petty ego battles, right? Where it's like, who's right, who's wrong, who's good and who's bad. And there's this struggle for dominance or this struggle for power. Now, I feel like maybe you have reached some level of enlightenment around that. And maybe you realize, like, this is not the kind of relationship that I want to be in. I don't want to be in relationships where that I'm having petty arguments with my partner about stuff that just doesn't matter. It's just purely ego driven. And I just want to feel like, I'm right, or I want to feel like I'm on top. And this other person is like, trying to please me, right? But I feel like you may be releasing that type of attitude, or you may be really familiar with that type of attitude. But either way, it's like either you've never been like this and you never want to be like this, or this is something you have engaged in the past and you see it really clearly now and you definitely don't want to engage in it anymore. Okay, so this is really good. I feel like you're stepping forward if you are trying to welcome love into your life. You're really looking at it from a higher perspective, or a different perspective than maybe you have in the past, or maybe ways that you have watched other people engage in love. You've learned a lot just from that, okay? Yeah, 8 of Swords. I saw it in the shuffle. I did. The 8 of Swords is about feeling kind of like you don't want to make the wrong move. So maybe this is part of this Hanged Man energy and this 5 of Swords. Maybe you have had bad relationships in the past and you really don't want to do that again. You don't want to re-engage in that. So you're kind of holding yourself back. And like I said, that's not a bad one. Hi, welcome to the chat. Yeah, absolutely. Just check out my pinned comment on how to do that, okay? So I feel like you may be holding yourself back out of fear of re-engaging in a connection or a type of connection that you really don't want to engage in, okay? You're like, I've really, I've mastered myself. I've made, decisions internally about how I want to move forward in relationships. And so I just don't want that to I don't want things to go sideways again, or you just don't want things to go sideways, period, right? Look at that, 5 of Pentacles in reverse. I feel like you may be afraid of things going sour, so you are kind of opting out, and like maybe you want love, but you're just right now, you're just holding yourself back from it. I feel like you're not going to be as disappointed as maybe you're afraid of with the 5 of Pentacles in reverse. And look at that, 3 of Pentacles, okay? Learning how to collaborate. or being able to collaborate. So that's really positive. I honestly think that this is a really good reading for you. I'm going to pull one more card. Look at that, Three of Wands, waiting for your ships to come in. And I really feel like they will, especially if you keep this really healthy, higher level perspective on relationships. You're doing a great job. So that's awesome. I hope that reading helped. I hope it resonated. If it did, please do like the live stream, comment, you're welcome to drop me a donation as well. All of that is in my description box. And check out my channel. Feel free to subscribe if you're digging my vibe. Awesome. Thanks for your question. Okay. Good. I'm glad that it resonated. That makes me really happy. Thank you. Okay, awesome. Question number 2. Yes, the big L word, is definitely heavy on the collective mind, I mean, is it ever not on our minds? But, definitely lately it's been a big one that I've been getting questions on. So let us see. Sometimes it's hard for us to see what's coming for us in love, right? So it's very helpful to get a little bit of insight. All right, Spirit is asking me to switch decks, so I'm going to do that real quick. Awesome. If you're just coming into the live, welcome. Thanks for being here. I am answering questions for free, so feel free to drop them in the chat box. Just check out my pinned comment for instructions, and I'm happy to answer your questions. And they are free, but you're always welcome to donate, okay? And I really appreciate it too. It makes a big difference. So, okay, let's take a peek. So what is coming for question number 2? Question number 2. Ooh, I'm seeing positive cards in the shuffle, honey. It's looking good. Okay. Question number 2. I'm going to take a drink of my coffee and let the deck breathe. Sometimes you got to trust Spirit's little prompts. Question number 2. What's that? Okay, 4 of Pentacles. So you know yourself better than anybody else, okay? You know yourself far better than I know you, all right? I just met your energy. So just take it if it resonates. If it doesn't, then, don't worry about it. But I feel like you may be holding on to something, okay? This could be a number of things, but I'm getting that you may be holding on to a past person, okay? You may be holding on to things from a past relationship, like specific items. You may be holding on to like what happened. Maybe it's just the story you're holding on to. Maybe you don't want this person back, or like you play with the idea, but you may just be holding on to the story of what happened, okay? Now, I'm not saying that you need to let it go or anything. It's not really my place to say that. I think we digest things at our own pace, and sometimes there's things that we just still are trying to extract from that experience. We're still trying to understand, learn, and at some point hopefully we reach a level of understanding and acceptance that allows us to then relax, and that it'll just naturally, organically leave our energy. It'll leave our mind and our heart, So I feel like that's kind of what the foundation of your love life right now could possibly be, other things, right? The past, okay? But look at this. The Empress card just popped out. That's really, really positive energy. I feel like you may be, how I used the term digesting, which is really unique when talking about love. Like, I've never really used that word to describe it in that way. But it's almost like whatever it is you're fertilizing your kind of foundation with, whether it's like really trying to learn and sift through and understand and kind of like break down these past experiences, or the the energy of other people that's still in your field, or whatever it is, it's actually adding to your foundation. which is why I wasn't so quick to say, you're holding on too tight to the past, you need to let it go. Because that wasn't the energy. Like, the energy was like, you're trying to understand, you're trying to break it down, you're trying to really look at it, which shows a lot of, capacity for reflection, capacity for understanding and empathy, maybe even, and it's really going to add to your abundance, actually. Like, I think it's really, really strengthening who you are as an individual, because a lot of times it's underrated. Contemplation and reflection is often just labeled as rumination, and dwelling and all this sort of thing. Yeah, that can happen too, but there's a certain level of reflection that needs to happen when you have really profound experiences with other people. Otherwise, you're not learning anything from it, But I feel like it's really actually adding to your growth, and it's really adding to your abundance as a person, as an individual. You are understanding yourself so much, like, on a much deeper level, and I think it actually is gonna make you a really, like, a better partner even, okay? Yeah, 5 of Wands at the bottom of the deck, so it's kind of like maybe there was some conflict in the past, but I feel like you're learning a lot from it. Yeah, I feel like you're learning a lot from it, and it's actually helping you grow quite a bit. And I think you may be surprised to hear that, even, because it's not easy sifting, you know what I mean? It's not easy contemplating, breaking things down, trying to understand what happened, what went wrong, what could I have done better, or whatever, which I feel like all of the above you're probably thinking about, which is, it's good. Like, I don't know, it just feels like, you're just getting deeper and deeper into yourself the more that you look at this thing, whatever it is. And the more, like, it almost like, this is what I'm getting. It almost is like concentrating your essence in a way. It's almost like you're just really culminating yourself. Like, it's hard to explain, but it's like, it's almost kind of hot. Like, it's kind of an attractive thing. I don't know how to explain it, but it's almost like, it's because you are coming to some very, very strong conclusions about your past, and you have not just tried to shove them under the rug. You have looked at them, you have deconstructed them, and in every piece of the puzzle, you see yourself and why things went that way, or how you connected in that way, and you've really mastered yourself. Like, I mean, to put it really, really simply. And by the way, gender is fluid. So even if you're not, feeling femme, it's not really about that. It's more about you cultivating this level of, like, spiritual prosperity almost, because you've brought yourself to the surface. It's like, almost like you're drawing, like, it's so hard to explain, but it's almost like, it's good. It's not rumination. It's understanding yourself. Look at that. The Queen of Wands. Queen of Wands is probably one of the sexiest queens in the deck, okay? Not to be biased, but the Queen of Wands is like someone who has a fierce amount of self-mastery, a fierce amount of self-confidence. Like, this is somebody who is like, never again, bitch. Like, you will never, ever, you know what I mean? Like, step on my toes or make me question myself ever again. You know what I mean? This is somebody who wields their power wisely, but they're not afraid to burn somebody, right? This is a fire energy, okay? You may have fire in your chart, but you've definitely gotten to a place where it's like, you just own yourself. You're very confident, and you're very much like, you're just not going to tolerate anything, like what you dealt with in the past. It almost feels like it's so crazy, but look at this. It's almost like a toy chest, okay? You've sifted through the past. You've sifted through, your toy chest, your treasure chest, so to speak, even your wealth of experiences too. And it's almost like it's so far in the past now that you're almost like, there's just no way that it could ever resurface in your daily life. Like you look at it almost like, yeah, that's like ancient treasure, or that's like, those are like toys from my childhood. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know how to explain it, but it's like, it doesn't carry as much power to you now, and you have understood a lot about it. I'm going to pull one more card, but there is another on the table. the Seven of Cups in reverse. So the Seven of Cups is really like, I feel like you're not just going to take any option here. You know what I mean? Like, continue to get in touch with yourself in this really like, it's like, how to explain it? It's a self-love that I feel like has turned into a sense of pride. And being proud of yourself is not a bad thing. But I feel like it can easily turn to anger, okay? Or it can turn into indignancy or like, judgment of others almost even too. So like that is a good tool. And I think that tool definitely comes into play in love so that you can be discerning. And you can hold your boundaries and love yourself enough to have some self-respect, right? But it's almost like this more like loving, self-focused, like abundance mindset kind of receptivity, I feel like is really going to benefit you if you want to invite somebody into your life. Because you may actually be shutting out options that are possible for you because you're so hell-bent on not allowing certain things, which is, like I said, it's a good thing. I'm not telling you it's bad. I'm just saying that might be one of the pitfalls. So it's up to you to discern how high you want to turn the volume, okay? So I'm going to pull one more card. I hope this reading is resonating. I hope it's helping. I mean, honestly, like if you were a friend of mine and I saw this spread, I would be like really proud of you. You know what I mean? Yeah. I'm definitely really proud of you. I think you've done a great job, in trying to cultivate better things for you in your love life by doing reflection, contemplation, sifting, also taking away the power that things from the past may have over you, taking your power back, loving yourself and getting in the zone and in your flow so much that it's just like, it's like sexy, but you just want to kind of try and make sure you stay open if you do want love, Page of Wands. Maybe something new might start. Something new might happen. And it may surprise you a lot. And it may make you feel young again. I don't know how old you are, but it might make you feel young. It'll make you feel exuberant, excited, open again, and like ready for something new. I feel like this is maybe a type of relationship you've never had. Okay. Like, I don't know what your gender expression, your identity, your sexuality, but this could be exploring something completely new, with a completely different type of person that you've never done this with before, that's possible, which is why you may feel kind of like, ooh, when you're a page, you're a student. So maybe you're learning some new things, it's exciting. It's a fun energy. It's like, ooh, anything could happen, So that's really, really good. Like, honestly, it's a really good reading. So I really hope that helped. Again, thank you for entrusting me with your energy to do you a little reading here. So thank you so much. And feel free to subscribe if you like my vibe. I never know when I'm going to come live, y'all, but if you hit the bell, then it will let you know. Okay, you'll get a little heads up. But yeah, let's go ahead and keep going. I'm going to... Oh, that's good. Yay! I'm so glad. Love that for you. Look at that chariot. Moving forward. So cute. We love it. Yeah, love is like definitely one of those like really challenging areas of life. It certainly can be, but it can also be like one of the most fulfilling and exciting areas of our life, especially when we're in that good place and like things move smoothly and you meet good people and it's like, really positive. That can be like just such a energy boost, can really, really like bring your life to light, you know what I mean? Lighten your life. Okay, so let's go ahead and keep going. Oh, you're so welcome. Have a beautiful day too. Thank you. Okay. All right, it looks like we have a little pause in the chat, so I'm gonna go heat up my coffee and I will be right back, y'all. Keep yourselves entertained. here. I'm back. I'm here. Thank you to anyone who was patiently waiting for me, or hello to anyone who entered an empty chat room. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and keep going with the baseline collective reading, okay, until I get more questions. If you are here in the live and you want to ask me questions, you are welcome to. Just check out the pinned comment for instructions. And let's go ahead and get into it. All right, thank you, Spirit. Let's go ahead and get into it. Okay. All right, thank you. Okay, interesting reading coming in here. Okay. So, wow, this is a pretty strong message. We have the the King of Cups in reverse. Please keep in mind that gender is fluid in tarot. Feel free to check out my description box. I have more disclaimers down there. So the King of Cups, for me, coming out in the reverse, is really like talking about, I'm just going to put it really bluntly, but it's coming out as like your person, okay? So regardless of gender or what you're attracted to, this is coming through as your person, okay? And whether this is like someone you are with now or someone you are interested in being with, or a soulmate connection is with someone you've never met, okay? This could be a variety of things when it means your person, right? But this is coming through as like your lover, your partner, right? And they're coming out in the reverse, as in like they're not doing so well. Like the energy is like they're not doing well. They're broken down, heartbroken, emotionally exhausted, drained. I'm getting like a lot of things here, but it's just kind of like feeling defeated. I get the energy of feeling defeated, feeling angry, feeling like, how do I get out of this situation? How do I dig myself out of this hole? They could be in financial trouble. They could be also just emotionally not feeling well. Whatever it is, it's like, it's really breaking my heart because this person is having trouble, but it's at no fault of their own. Like this is almost like somebody facing challenges in life that are really just not fair. Like that's the energy I get. Like that's the kind of attitude you would have if it wasn't your fault at all and it's genuinely just because something is really just not right. You know what I mean? There's injustice happens all the time, y'all, and it's really important that we keep a level of compassion for one another when we're facing injustice, because far too often, especially like if you live in a more like patriarchal type of society like in America, then there's a lot of like societal pressure, and if you face injustice or somebody does you wrong, or even if you fail and it is your fault, it's always comes down to you, and it's like the accountability level for other people doing unjust, unethical things is like so minimal. It's crazy. It's always your fault, and if I did something wrong to you, then it's because you made me do it. It's because like this idea of, it's just basically like being in an abusive relationship with the world, you know what I mean? And being gaslit and told that like, well, you made me hit you. You made me fire you. You made me destroy your life. Like you made me spread rumors about you because you annoy me. Like, you know what I mean? I'm just saying, whatever your person is going through right now, this could be you too. Excuse me. Whatever this person is going through right now is because of injustice, right? We have the Emperor coming out next, okay? I feel like this is coming down to like power structures, okay? Power structures are negatively impacting your person, okay? Or you. Whatever this energy is, look, we've even got this big eagle, we've got this man-child in the throne, and kind of like not really wanting to look at the situation. They're just looking out into their like kingdom, you know what I mean? Like their scepter doesn't even reach the ground. They're not grounded. Like this is somebody who is really full of themselves, but they're barely holding onto their seat. Like, you see how they're almost sliding out of their seat. Like, they don't even know what to do with the power they have. You know what I mean? Like, they look short. They look like a short king. I'm not trying to be an asshole about short people. I'm just saying they might have king baby syndrome. This might be a little man-child energy, okay? But they certainly have the power to destroy other people's lives, okay? So, 1 second. The next thing we have coming out is the Three of Cups. Now, for me, the Three of Cups is talking about celebration and friendship, but it can also talk about third parties, okay? And third parties don't always have to be people, okay? For instance, say you're dating someone who's in school, okay? Full-time in school. That could end up being a third party that comes between you and that person. Okay, maybe you're dating someone who has a very demanding career, okay? And maybe it's a great career, but it's very demanding, you know, and it impacts their mental and emotional health, and they don't have any energy for a relationship, right? So that could become a third party that comes between you and that person. You get what I'm saying? They could also have a child. That could become a third party. Whatever the third party is really just something that comes between you, okay? And to the point where it causes discord in the relationship, okay? We always are gonna have other relationships, other factors in life, you know, jobs or income sources or whatever, that can come between us and our romantic partner. So we have to be able to navigate life and make sure that we're prioritizing each other enough where that it doesn't start to become less of a priority. You know what I mean? So Three of Cups, awesome, hi, welcome. So the Three of Cups to me is telling me there's something that's coming between you and your person, and it very well could be this kind of man-child energy, okay? Whoever their boss is or someone who's in charge, you know? This could just talk about power structures in general. In general, these power structures are really impacting your person. Like, your person is not doing well emotionally because of this. Like, they could be struggling a lot. Because of just some unjust, unfair, you know, man-child running the show that's really like impacting them on a deep level where they're like, damn, I feel like I can never get ahead because someone's always standing in my way. You know what I mean? Or I feel like I can never get ahead because somebody is always like threatened by me, you know? You could date someone who is like really a really powerful person, okay, like in themselves, and especially like King of Cups energy is like very, you know, like emotionally abundant. This is somebody who has a lot of thoughts and feelings, and they're very emotionally mature and have a high emotional intelligence. So it's like they could threaten people who have a low emotional intelligence because it's like they're just more emotionally intelligent, so they're superior in that way. You know what I mean? That can really threaten people who are emotionally insecure, okay, and immature, and it could basically cause them to be like, oh yeah, well, you maybe know more than me when it comes to, you know, thoughts and feelings and being emotionally stable, but I still have the power, so boop you over the head with their tiny little scepter because they have tiny man, tiny dick syndrome. That's the energy. Sorry. Anyway. Oh, yeah. So anyway, anybody who's here in the chat, in the live, I am doing a collective reading right now that may or may not resonate with you. If you want questions answered, you're welcome to do that in the chat box. Just check out my pinned comment for instructions, and I'm happy to answer your questions for you for free. And then you can always drop me a donation if you'd like. Everything is in the description box. So, okay, so Three of Cups to me is this third party is getting between you and your person, and the last card that came out is the Judgment card. So I feel like at the end of the day, this may be the situation now. This could be the situation you are going through. This could be the situation they are going through. Maybe both of you are experiencing this. Either way, at the end of the day, everybody will be held accountable. Okay? And I truly believe that. Anybody who's wielding their power in an unethical way and they're causing problems for other people because they're either jealous or they are emotionally insecure again, or they are, just kind of like have this like pathetic like Napoleon complex. Like, not to be an asshole, I have compassion for people who are struggling in all sorts of ways, but I'm just saying, if you allow that to then dictate your decisions, where that you wield your power in an abusive way because of that, then, my compassion starts to wane a little bit for your little Napoleon complex, because that makes you dangerous. It makes you a liability, and it makes you problematic, and you should not be in a position of power if you have that kind of attitude, or if you have those types of emotional struggles, because then just on a whim, I'm just going to yank the rug out from under you because I feel threatened because of my little ego. Okay. So not cool. Okay, cool. I'll answer your question in just a second. So honestly, basically what I'm saying is that this little Napoleon person is going to be held accountable for what they've done to your person or to you, depending on how you fit into this scenario. And at the end of the day, I feel like there is going to be redemption. There's going to be a level of cleansing almost of the energy. And I feel like you guys are going to be extracted from that energy, redeemed from that energy, and be able to get back on a good path. So I think if you're struggling and you feel like you and your person are not like on the same level, like on the same page, or you're not meeting that person or whatever it is, it's really because of this like dickhead person, this dickhead energy. I'm talking like this could be societal, or this could be in a specific situation. And I feel like you guys are going to overcome that. It's just kind of, it has wedged itself between you right now. Look at that. Queen of Cups in reverse. See, you guys are both going through the same shit. You really are. Well, and this is a good thing too, because that means you guys are going to understand each other. And when you do come into connection and you do come together as a couple, I feel like you are going to end up like really lifting each other up, and you're going to like protect each other from this kind of stuff. You may even start businesses together. You know what I mean? You might be able to start a way to create your own power structures where that you're at the top and no one can like take that from you, but it's definitely impacting your love life and your ability to feel comfortable. So, okay. All right. So just a heads up to anyone else in the chat, when you number your question, just look at what the last question number was and then number yourself after that question, if that makes sense. It just helps me, and it helps, if anyone decides to be anonymous, that way I don't say your handle or your question out loud. That way if other viewers come into the live later and rewatch it, then they won't be able to see your question, because you can remove it if you want to from the chat. So a lot of people like to do that. So I try and keep you guys anonymous in the live. So awesome. Hi, welcome to the chat. So I'm going to go ahead and answer what is labeled now question number 1. Got you. Perfect. Question number 3. Thank you very much. No, you're so sweet. I was definitely not trying to shame you. It's a system thing that really helps, because otherwise it gets pretty messy in the chat and I can't keep up with who was who, and I have to scroll back and it gets crazy. So anyway, thank you. I am looking for a moderator, but I definitely want it to be someone who, kind of pops in relatively often, or I can kind of get to know their energy. Okay. All right, so let's go ahead. Actually, I'm not going to take that because I want to get in tune with your question a little bit more. Question number 3. Question number 3. Wow. Okay, 10 of Cups. I mean, damn. Like, I think that's a really great answer to your question. Yeah, that's pretty powerful. I mean, honestly, if it's a yes or no question, I would say yes. Like, do I think you'll meet them? Yes. 10 of Cups. Like, woo. That's crazy. That's crazy. Good for you, boo-boo. Congratulations. Seriously. I mean, because it's not like you got the 2 of Cups, which is great. 2 of Cups is soulmate energy, connection. You got the 10. The 10 is all about marriage. Like the 10 is really like, I mean, that's like ultimate family life happiness. Like, whew. Oh, you're fine. No worries. Oh, that's so funny. Love that for you. I mean, the answer is yes. Like no other cards are coming out right now. Like point blank period. Like, okay. Oof. No, no, no. We're not taking it. We're leaving it at 10 of Cups, honey. That's you. Answer is yes. All right. Thank you for asking. All right. Beautiful. Okay. Next question here. And if y'all just check out the pinned comment for instructions on how to ask questions. Give me 1 second. Okay. Thank you so much. Appreciate y'all. Hope that resonated. And also, if you want to drop me a donation, you're welcome to. All that's in the description box. I actually could really use it right now. I definitely could use a little bit of help out here, y'all. It's definitely, it's been a tough month or so. So anyway, let's think positive. We're thinking positive. We're putting that work, making it happen. Okay, everything's going to be fine, fine, fine. All right, so let's go ahead and keep going. Okay, I think I see a question here. Please, if you're in the chat and you do want to ask questions, just make sure you number them. Just check who the last question was and number yourself after in that question. I will go ahead and answer your question though here. What will things look like in love and work? Okay. Okay. You may be going through some pretty major changes right now, I'm getting here. Yeah, things ending, walking away from things potentially. Okay. Let's see. Oh, wow. We got a little explosion here. 1 second. Okay. Yeah, okay, so death at the bottom of the deck is telling me there's some pretty major changes happening in your life right now. Whether that's, I mean, I'm assuming that's in love and work. Something is coming to an end, or you are ending something. Something has already ended, something revolving around endings, okay? But endings are always new beginnings because nothing can ever stay the same. So it's not like one thing ends and then that's just the end of that area of your life. It just means that part, that thing that was happening in that area of your life is now over and now there's room for something new to come in. So you're also getting the Magician in reverse. And often when I see this, to me, it's like, I feel like you may not realize how much power you actually have, and you may be kind of selling yourself short on how much you actually can participate in this and how much you can create change in your life that you want to see. So this could really have to do with you needing to kind of like step up your game a little bit. You know what I mean? You also have the Three of Wands. So this is about ships coming in. So I feel like you really, I think, are going to be surprised with the things that are coming in for you. These are things that I feel like you've been waiting for a long time, or you're trying to call in. And I feel like those things are coming in. I just feel like it's like you could be doing a little bit more to be bringing those things in. But the reason why you may not be doing as much as you could is because you might not even realize that you can do this stuff. You know what I mean? And that's a lot of times what happens with folks is like, you don't realize how magical you are and you don't realize how much you can bring in for yourself. And so you end up sitting waiting for it to come in when you could be bringing it about as well. You could speed up the process, okay? And you also have the Emperor. So it's kind of like, I feel like you are about to take your power back, okay? And I feel like you're about to start to like put in more of that work, or it's like you're about ready to take charge of your life, okay? So that's good. Ooh, and Judgment wanting to come out again. Judgment was just out here in the last spread. So, I mean, I feel like it's really about like you like making really bold decisions in work and love. Really bold decisions here. But I feel like just be cautious of being like, you know, hesitant or off balance or unsure, because you don't want that to negatively impact your manifestations, I guess I should say. Whoa, okay, look at that. Queen of Pentacles. You definitely could get on your game here. Get in your bag, you know what I'm saying? Look at that, Knight of Pentacles. So it's like almost like if you, I'm getting a couple messages here. Don't sell yourself short in love. If you're a queen, okay, don't accept a knight. I'm just saying they're not going to satisfy you long term. You know? So don't sell yourself short thinking that this is your equal. Not trying to be rude. Don't pretend like the knight is your equal, because they're not. They may be fun, they might be nice in bed, they might be nice to have around, they're good looking, they're younger, maybe, you know, whatever, but they're not your long-term partner. They're not your long-term equal. They may make you feel like a queen, but ultimately they're the type who will help you move a couch and maybe fix your plumbing and, you know, stay for dinner, and, you know, it'll be a nice romp in the hay. But they're not your long-term partner. This is like a young man who's just on his little journey, okay? Not trying to be rude. I'm just being honest with you. Okay. I hope that's helpful. All right, let's see if we have one more card for you. Yeah, Nine of Swords in reverse. Don't worry too much about it. Just put in that work. Focus on bringing about your own personal power. Know your self-worth, okay? Know your power. And, you know, don't settle for less, basically. Don't settle for less, okay? Because you don't want to end up screwing yourself. You know what I mean? All right. I hope that was helpful. Sorry if that came across crass in any way. All right, thank you. Okay. All right, so let me check this out. Yeah, thanks everyone. Welcome to the chat. Definitely just check out. I'm sorry. Give me 1 second. Whoa, okay, hold on. Just check out the pinned comment, guys, for instructions on how to ask questions. I'm totally happy to answer your questions. Luna, I'm checking out your question here. You're so welcome, y'all. Thank you. I hope that my readings are helpful. If they are, please consider subscribing and also dropping me a donation. It really helps. I really appreciate it. So I'm sorry. That question made me laugh really hard, and I'm not even gonna lie, Luna. What? I don't know. Hold on. I'm sorry. That is one of the funniest questions I think that I've ever gotten. What the frick? Okay, I don't know. Let me ask. Do they still see you that way? Oh my god. I should not be laughing. I was a big fan of Twilight. I read all the books before the movies came out. Oh my god, what? And like, yeah, I think that was before high school. That was right before high school. That was a funny time. Does Karen still see you as Twilight? I'm definitely not laughing at you. I'm just laughing at the question. It's just objectively funny to me. Okay, do they? Yes or no? Ooh, they don't. 10 of Swords in reverse. That's a no for me. 3 of Cups in reverse. That's a no for me. I don't know if that's what you wanted to hear, but that's what I'm getting. Okay, yes or no? I would say the answer is no. Okay, I'm sorry. I gotta move on. Thanks, guys, for being here. I appreciate all of you. Thanks for liking the stream and popping in. You're totally welcome to ask me questions for free. And if you'd like, you can always drop me a donation. All right, let's go ahead and move into the next energy here. Thanks so much. You're welcome. Okay. Okay, so I do a baseline collective reading during the live, and then if you all jump in and ask questions, then I kind of wrap up my little segment, and then I'll answer your question as I go. So that's kind of how I do things on my live. So I'm going to go ahead and jump right into this collective reading here again. We have the 4 of Cups coming out in reverse. Okay, some of you guys may be like, okay, let me put it this way. You may be like turning down opportunities or saying no to things. And I feel like that's about to change. Like you've been really just kind of like, I just feel like, what's the word? Like, you've just been mostly just not interested in things, pretty generally disinterested. But I feel like that's about to change, okay? If you guys do want to ask me questions, please do check out the pinned comment for instructions on how to do that. And I'm going to keep going with this collective reading. Okay. So I feel like if some of you have been generally disinterested and you are wanting to kind of like accept some things, new things into your life, I feel like your energy is about to shift. 5 of Cups in reverse, letting go of the past, not letting the past hold you back anymore. Just give me 1 second. Queen of Wands, taking your power back. Taking your power back, you know? I mean, this is about having self-confidence. This is about saying no to things, all right? Also about saying yes to things, which is what we were getting with that 4 of Cups in reverse. Saying yes to the energy as it's coming in instead of being so disinterested. You know what I mean? But you're definitely moving on from the past, and that's a damn good thing, okay? We love to see it. Happy to see it. Okay. Okay, the World. Yeah, cycles changing, cycles ending, cycles beginning. Okay, so I feel like this is actually going to be a really good time for the collective. I think just, you know, continue to let go, continue to receive, and everything will be fine. It'll be fine. Okay. All right. Misha, I see your question. Awesome. Will you meet your soulmate? Let's see. Let's see. And I think I might have to end the live after this last question, y'all. So if you're in here and you want to ask a question, I might jump back on here in a minute, but I just need to take a little break. Okay. So if you are subscribed, make sure you hit the bell, and then that way you'll get a notification to know when I go live, because it's always just so random, y'all. Like, I cannot keep a schedule when it comes to this. When it comes to spirit, time is not like linear whatsoever. So it's kind of like I just have to strike while the iron is hot. And the iron was hot this morning. So, okay, we're going to go ahead and answer your question here. Question number 5. Question number 5. Wow, I just saw the 5 of Cups in reverse again as I said that. Okay, so question number 5. I'm sorry, I'm already getting the answer, and I'm not, like, genuinely just, I think the answer is no. I don't think you'll meet them in December. I'm sorry. That's just what I'm getting. Doesn't mean that that's the final answer. It just means at this point in time, the way that your energy is currently operating, I don't think that that's going to happen. And I'll give you a couple more pointers if you're open to it. You might already jump off this reading and say, fuck you. That's totally reasonable, okay? But what I'm really getting is like, fuck, Spirit, why would you do this to me? I feel so bad telling people, like, I don't want to tell people this, like, you know what I mean? But it's not that big of a deal. You probably already know what I'm going to say, but you're too fixated on it. Like, I just feel like you're trying too hard. And I know that's fucking kind of mean. I'm sorry. But I know I'm really sorry. I feel like such an asshole. I'm sorry. I've had way worse readings happen for people too. Like, I'm sorry. But this one is just simply because I feel like you're trying too hard. You're overly focused on it. You may be even being kind of selfish. And when I say that, I mean, do you think about the other person in terms of their perspective, their journey? You know what I mean? Like where they would need to be in their life to be ready or excited to be in connection with you. You know, like try and think about like more than just I want this, so I want it to happen for me. Because soulmate connection is a dual experience. That's a 2-person experience. So I feel like in a way, it's almost like maybe you're just focused too much on it making you happy. You know what I mean? Like, I want my connection with my soulmate so that I can be happy, and I'm upset that I don't have it, which is the typical way people think about love. I get it. But it's almost like maybe live and let live a little bit. You know what I mean? Live and let live a little bit. Just kind of say, okay, it is what it is. It'll come to me when the time's right. I will be so excited and so grateful and so happy when that happens for me. And I'm also really, really hope that my person is just as excited to be with me, and that that's something that fulfills them in a really deep way. And there's this kind of like mutual meeting of spirits, right? So that's just what I'm getting. Aw, thanks. Well, sometimes the message that comes through is hard to say because I don't want to, be rude, but I also don't want to like sugarcoat it where that you don't get the message because I'm afraid of hurting your feelings. I definitely have done that in the past, and it does not help anybody. So Spirit's kind of like, this is the reality, sorry. But I think a lot of people could relate to that. A lot of us have probably been in that energy, and like I can personally relate to it, being in that energy, really, really wanting something and being kind of mad that you don't have it. And that just pushes it away even further, So it's almost like a live and let live. Get in the energy of love. What would it feel like to be in love? Would I be more relaxed? Would I be more excited? Would I be happier? Would I be more stressed? Like really look at the reality of love and, just be like, wow, that would be really lovely. Yummy. And just kind of try and be in that energy and say, wow, I would really love to be that for somebody else. Try and get in that energy of like, wow, I would be such a great lover, or I would be such a cool person to be in connection with. And like just focus on your energy and just getting that positive vibe of love. And I feel like that would really make a big difference for you. So yeah, I hope that helped. Sending lots and lots of love. So you're so welcome. You're so welcome. I hope that it was helpful. Okay. All right. Because we are all looking for love, honey. The world, okay? The world is just talking about us getting into a place of receiving, okay? Letting go of these old cycles, realizing where they come from, and remembering that we ourselves, we are born babes in the woods, okay? We don't know anything about anything when we're born, So it's almost like when we come into this world, everything that we practice now as adults are things that we learned. Okay, we absorb them like a little sponge. And not only are we learning them from the people around us, but we're getting contradicting information from the universe based on when we do things that we see other people doing, like, oh, everyone's telling me to do this, let me try and do that, and it doesn't work out for us. We think there's something wrong with us. But then Spirit gives us a contradicting message. If you want something, stop thinking about it. If you want something, let it go. If you love someone, let them go. If you want love, then love yourself. Like, it's crazy. Spirit tells us things that are like opposite of what people are telling us. So we're constantly in this battle of trying to understand what's right, what works, what doesn't. And it's crazy to me because it's like, don't blame yourself. Don't blame yourself. If you are practicing certain types of things in order to get what you want and it's not working, it's not you, okay? It's because you absorbed and learned all this contradicting information, and you're literally just trying to sort through it and find your way, the way that works for you, the way that connects you to the types of people that are healthy for you to be in connection with. You know what I mean? So it's like, ultimately, everyone, like collectively, we are such a diverse and crazy, like raggle-tag, mismatched group of miscreants, and like I'm just saying, we are all very different. We have a very diverse culture of humans on this planet, and so there's no one way for anyone to do anything. Okay, one thing that might work for somebody is just like flat out, hands down, not going to work for someone else. So when I give you guys advice, I know that I have a certain responsibility to not like, wound you guys energetically, or to not like make you feel bad. You know what I'm saying? Because it's not about that. It's really about us trying to uplift and encourage one another and love one another. And so the little bits that I get from Spirit, I feel like are a real blessing for me to be able to share as like a third party to you, because ultimately I want to like encourage you all to be able to connect with Spirit individually, because the messages you get from Spirit individually are going to be a lot stronger and a lot more clear and more specific to you than if they come through me first, and then I've got to sort it out based on all my bullshit too. Right? Which is the same for all tarot readers. It's the same for all mediums, all psychics, everyone who tries to channel messages for other people. It's a challenge that we have to face, and that's why we have to take our responsibility seriously, and then also encourage people to go away from the third party too and make that direct connection, because direct connection to spirit, nothing can beat it, honey. Nothing can beat it. And sometimes we don't even trust it because we think it's just our own brain telling us what to do. But spirit will let you know what you need to do to get what it is that you desire, and also to find your purpose, move through life in the easiest, maybe not easiest, but I mean the most easeful, what makes the most sense. Even when we face challenges, we know that the challenge is what we're supposed to face, right? If that makes sense. Life is crazy, okay? But this is what it's all about. Learning, relearning, experiencing, letting go, right? Being birthed, dying, right? This cycle, okay? Never-ending cycle. Oh, I'm so sorry. Oh, honey, yeah. No, I'm really sorry, because I completely understand. I completely understand. And you're absolutely right. Like, see, your conclusions is like, these are things that I feel like you already know in your heart, but it is so hard. Like, going through heartbreak and being alone and really just wanting that connection, and it like coming from this pain, this really painful place. Like, I can completely understand that. And it's really hard to get to a place, like, look at that, Three of Swords, heartbreak. It's really hard to get to a place where that we feel healed fully from that. It's hard to get to a place where that we finally, like, feel like we're ready to love again. You know what I mean? I don't think we're ever ready to love. I don't think we ever were ready to love. You know what I mean? You're never ready for what happens when you connect with another person. You're like, this could be good, this could be really bad. You know what I mean? Fuck, I don't know. Most of the time, I don't know. So I'm just saying that, the heartache, the heartbreak, the abandonment, all that sort of thing, ultimately, it's just leading us closer to ourselves and closer to spirit. And I feel like if we truly believe that we will extract the gold, from it, and we will learn something from it, and we can let all the rest fall away, all the pain, everything that lives in our bodies and our neurological system of the pain that we experience in life, especially when it comes to love, it's like we can allow that to fall away and to move out of our nervous system and get back to a place where that we can engage on a healthy level with another person. And that sometimes can take a long time. And, I hear stories and I tune into people's stories all the time. And one of the things that I learned is that it's never too late for love. It's never too late to love. And you may be surprised the way that it comes in. And you may also be really surprised the way that it sticks around. And just life can be really surprising. So, you guys are awesome. Thank you so much. I'm sorry. I'm going to end the live here. I have to take a little break. But I can see someone asked a question. You've been waiting, but I'm sorry. I do have to end the live. So anyway, I appreciate you all. I might hop back on here after breakfast. I don't know. So if you guys are not subscribed and you want to be, please do hit that button and make sure you hit the bell. Then that way you guys will get a heads up when I go live. Also, feel free to drop me a donation. All of that's in the description box. I really, really appreciate it. I am fully self-employed right now, and it's really challenging, so any little bit goes a really long way. And I will see you guys in the next one. Also, if you check out my Linktree, all my other socials are on there, so you can find me in all my other projects and the stuff I do a lot more than just tarot, so feel free to check that out. And I'll see you again in the next one, y'all. So thanks so much for being here, and yeah, be well, love yourselves, love each other, clear out the energy, welcome in the new. Bada bing, bada boom, okay? All right, bye, y'all.